welcome back to DIY and that. We've been wanting to learn how to weld for a while, so we bought ourselves a welder. I'm going to unbox it, and in future episodes you'll get to see how a person doesn't know what the heck they're doing teaches themselves to weld, so it should be very entertaining. For the first time in living memory, I am not throwing out the instructions since I don't know what I'm doing. Appears to be fairly well packaged. We've got a nice thick piece of foam on top of here. Okay, that's besides that thing. Get that out of there. Box of stuff. Actually, more than one box of stuff. Oh, yeah, that's heavy. Pretty good job boxing it. They even put these little metal reinforcements down the corners so if somebody dropped it, it didn't damage the unit, so that was pretty cool. Let's come over and open up the smaller boxes and see what we got in them. Now, we have our instructions, as I mentioned. Let's see what's in this box. So this is a TIG/stick welder. So in this box we've got the here's the collets and the tungsten for the TIG torch. I guess this is the torch. So here's the torch, and of course we have the electric line going through it, and that's the line for the gas. Since I do not have experience welding, I can't tell you whether this is a good torch, bad torch, indifferent torch. It doesn't seem to be made too badly, so we shall see. Let's see if there's a the brand is CK. I don't know if that's good or bad. Well, I guess we'll find out when we start using it. But there's the box. And there is a sticker, which is always good to have. A little warning not to bend the head of the torch too much because it does bend. And there's a separate manual for the torch itself. So that's pretty cool. Let's put that aside. Let's see what else we got here. Alright, this is the power cord for the unit. And let's see what this is. This is the, that's the cord if you, that's the cord for a foot pedal if you have one. I'm not sure that there's one with this or not. We'll have to find out. I don't remember what was in the contents. Actually, I should say something more about this. The unit can run either on 110, I'm sorry, 120 or 240. So this is the adapter to run it on 110. I believe the actual standard plug on the unit itself is for 240. So I think that's what that's for. That's to adapt this here. This little gadget, and I have no idea what that is, so I'm going to put it in here. Actually, there's another one in there, so I'm not sure what that's for. We will find out as we learn to do this. That away. Let's see what's in the other box. So we have a bunch of junk. All right, this is, oh, that must be the foot pedal or the casing for it. So we'll use that. Let's see what's in this little guy here. This is, I'm going to pull that all the way out. Hopefully you can see it. That's the regulator for the gas. Seems to be made fairly decently. That over there. There's the ground clamp. My bad. That is not the ground clamp. That is the, that's the, what they call the stinger, the thing that holds the welding rod for the, when you're doing arc welding. So that's what that's for. The ground clamp is here. Everything's packaged quite nicely, so that's a good thing. Doesn't look like any of it's, my understanding is a lot of these ground clamps on these less expensive units are junky, but this seems to be pretty good. There's quite a bit of copper on the inside of it there, so I think that might be alright. Let's see what we got here. We got, alright, there's the foot pedal. So, take that out. Doesn't seem junky. This is not a super high end unit. It's not a Lincoln or a Miller or something like that, but it was kind of a moderately priced one. It wasn't the cheapest thing you can get, and it wasn't the best thing you can get either. It's kind of in the middle. Another gas line here, and I'm not sure where that goes. I'll have to find out. I thought this was the, this was part of the pedal, but I'm not sure now. Let's see what this is. A couple other pieces to it. I honestly don't know what this is. I guess we'll have to read the instructions to find out. But there's several odds and ends little pieces in it. That's kind of a funky looking thing. It's a brush for something. And Again, I'm not sure what that is, so we will have to investigate that further. So let's stop with that, and let's bring the actual unit up here on top of this so we can take a look at that. It ain't light, folks. Let's take a look at the back first. Now, here we have the back of this. The power cord, of course. We got a circuit breaker here. So, if you overload, there's the port for the argon. And I am not 100% sure, but I think that might be I'm not sure what that is. That's 100 and so I'm not actually sure what that does. We'll have to figure that out. And as I mentioned, the unit is set up for 240, and if you want to run this on 10, obviously the amperage will be lower. If you do run it on 110, you won't be able to weld a stick of metal, but that's okay. You would plug this adapter in here, and that would allow you to run it on 120 volts. So not much on the back, and you can see the cooling fans are there. Case seems to be fairly well put together. The handle's certainly good on it. Let me turn this around so that we're in the shadow here. So I'm not terribly familiar with this, as I said. So I don't know what all the adjustments on it do at this point, but what we have down here, we have the two hookups for the leads, one for the torch and one for the ground. This is for the foot control, the pedal, and this of course would be the argon connection for when you use it as a TIG. And then we go up here, and you can see right there what the model is. This is a PrimeWeld, and that is the model, and it supposedly will do up to 225 amps. That's why it says TIG225. And I don't know, as I said, all the controls on here, but I can point out a few things. Obviously there's an amp readout, because you'll have to adjust your amps when you weld. This has a switch to go from TIG to arc, or stick welding, as a lot of people would call it. There is an AC/DC switch on it, so use DC for steel and AC for aluminum, if I remember that correctly. You got the current adjustments there, and down here a whole bunch of stuff, starting current, I believe that upslope controls how fast the amperage ramps up. I am not 100% sure. The one in the middle is the sets the welding current, and I think on the upslope and downslope, I think they are for when you're TIG welding to prevent you from causing a little hole at the beginning end of the weld. You have to start the current slowly and then back it off a little bit at the end so you can set that. Again, you can do end current. I can't remember off the top of my head what the 2T and 4T is for. I believe that is something to do with the TIG. We will find out. And down further, we've got the gas flow, and we've got base current. You can adjust the frequency, so the pulses per second. And post flow, if you're doing TIG welding, the shielding gas you can control. It can stay on for a few seconds, and that will prevent the end of the weld from getting contaminated and being weak. And again, you can run it with the pulse or without the pulse. So it seems to be fairly solidly made. I don't have any welding experience, so I can't really tell you, and only time will tell. But for the price, I don't recall exactly what I paid for it. I think it was $8 something, but I may be wrong. I have to look that up. And but I think it seems to be a pretty solid unit. It got good ratings. So that's the unboxing, and shortly you will get to see some hilarious videos of me trying to weld when I don't know what I'm doing. So thanks for watching as always. We'll see you next time.